We are talking about if Blake Lively's team is manipulating Wikipedia. It seems irrelevant in these times.
If you can't win in court, you certainly would want to win in the court of public opinion.
Ryan Reynolds, my dude, this sounds terrible.
Zero-time Oscar-nominated actress Blake Lively was not at the Academy Awards on Sunday.
Oh my God. This is so crazy, you guys.
I would just like to state for the record that this CIA former operative, who is now her crisis PR expert, he's not threatened me yet.
Is Blake Lively lying? Well, yet again.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are facing a PR nightmare as their legal battle with Justin Baldoni spirals out of control. What started as a lawsuit has now turned into a full-blown media war with accusations of manipulation, hypocrisy, and industry cover-ups. From Wikipedia edits and SEO strategies to Hollywood power plays, the scandal has exposed shocking behind-the-scenes tactics. Meanwhile, resurfaced footage of Reynolds has only fueled the backlash, putting their carefully curated public image at risk. As insiders spill secrets and public opinion shifts, the question remains: can Reynolds and Lively survive the storm, or is their empire crumbling?
If you can't win in court, you certainly would want to win in the court of public opinion. And if you can't get the court of public opinion, maybe you want to win by sort of tricking the system. And by that, I mean search engine optimization, editing Wikipedia pages to slam content creators. Is this a war? Someone posted this once. Blake Lively got the ex-CIA crisis PR manager. They said, "They are getting ready for war. I feel so worried for Justin." Now, I don't think Justin is going to be attacked any more than he already has. I think any ammunition they had, they already used on him.
The legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has taken an unexpected turn, morphing into a high-stakes public relations war, with both sides allegedly using media manipulation tactics. The controversy has escalated beyond the courtroom, dragging in multiple Hollywood figures, including Ryan Reynolds. What initially started as a dispute over the film It Ends With Us has now become a spectacle of media influence, reputation management, and industry politics.
We are talking about if Blake Lively's team is manipulating Wikipedia. It seems irrelevant in these times, right? We would think that the places to try and manipulate the media would be TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, but no, Wikipedia is one of the number one places to head when a PR team is looking to manipulate the media and create a very specific narrative. I'm going to break it down for you guys on why. I got your back. We're going to look at why they would go to Wikipedia, why they may be targeting content creators over on Wikipedia as well.
Recent reports claim Lively's PR team has aggressively pushed SEO strategies to suppress negative press while boosting favorable narratives about her. Critics have also accused them of altering Wikipedia pages of journalists covering the case, including one named Kjersti Flaa.
Now, Kjersti here, our good pal Kjersti, has already had her credibility brought into question on multiple court documents where they were saying, well, she had this opinion about Johnny Depp a few years ago, and the same PR people that worked with Johnny Depp are now working with Justin Baldoni, and they use sort of confirmation bias to make these arguments. And the truth is, there's only a handful of top-notch PR people that exist out there, and then there's a whole bunch of content creators that cover the same topics. They're bound to intertwine. Now, I personally believe in my heart of hearts that Kjersti had nothing to do with a coordinated smear campaign for Justin Baldoni against Blake Lively. Why do I believe that? Because I'm not part of a smear campaign. I just read the court documents like everybody else and offer my opinion.
Her page was allegedly edited over 50 times in 2 months, shifting the focus to controversies surrounding her rather than her reporting. Some speculate Baldoni's PR team initially created the page to establish her credibility, only for Lively's team to later weaponize it against her.
Horrific, weird, scary, creepy thing that happened to me. So 5 days ago, Magnus and I spoke about my Wikipedia page because someone on Substack, his name is DF Lovett, and he did this article about how he thought my Wikipedia page was suspicious. And then he was suspicious that someone on Justin Baldoni's team had created it. He didn't say why he was suspicious of it. I even said in that video 5 days ago that I really liked the Wikipedia page. I had nothing to do with it. Someone sent it to me and I was like, well, this is nice. It really focused on a lot of the positive things that I've done and some of my achievements, you know, as a journalist. Today, it's completely different. So I went in to view the history of the Wikipedia page, and it's been edited 50 times since the last 2 months. 50 times someone came in and tried to change my story. And nothing specific happened since then that they've been commenting on, but they've just been adding things little by little to my page. 5 days ago though, it was very different. So I don't know if it's been back and forth there, and I don't know, what do I know who created this page?
As the PR battle continues to unfold, Kjersti Flaa, host of Flaa Awesome Talk, has claimed that her Wikipedia page has been the target of a coordinated smear campaign.
It's a lot going on right now. It's a big mess, and it all evolves around my Wikipedia page that someone is trying to manipulate to smear me. And now it's all coming to light.
Beyond Wikipedia edits, media outlets and online commentators have pointed to a broader strategy aimed at steering public perception. Headlines about Lively honoring her late co-star Michelle Trachtenberg conveniently surfaced at a time when scrutiny over the lawsuit intensified. Similarly, journalists and YouTubers covering the case have faced online attacks, with accusations of bias and misinformation. Many suspect PR firms are working behind the scenes to control the narrative and discredit those speaking out.
It's a calculated PR tactic, and how we know that is you can go to Google and search Blake Lively, which is what I did this morning, so I had a feeling this is what was going to happen because my background is in marketing and branding. That is literally what I do for a job, is marketing and branding for public figures, CEOs, small scale celebrities, musicians, entrepreneurs. So I know the game. I can spot the game. And if you go to Google today, if you just type in Blake Lively, everything, it's every single news publication and website has almost the exact same headline. SEO manipulation is done as a PR tactic to flood a search engine such as Google with positive headlines and push down any negative. Taylor Swift is very famous for using this PR tactic as well. If you Google Blake Lively today, it is very difficult to find trending articles around It Ends With Us, the lawsuit, any of it. Any negative press is off the main pages. And interestingly enough, to give a shout out to Daily Dose of Donna Bowling, who I absolutely adore, she heard from a friend of Michelle's who said that they were in fact not friends. And Michelle did not actually like Blake because she always held up the set being late. And if you go to Michelle's Instagram, she doesn't follow Blake Lively. She does follow Leighton Meester, but she does not follow Blake Lively. So I just find it, I mean, sure, we can be reflective. Sure, death and tragedy really makes us reconsider things, and it makes us take stock of our life. Absolutely. And if it had been authentic, it just makes me question it when it turns out they weren't actually friends, and then the SEO manipulation that within, 12 hours is taking over every platform.
Amidst this chaos, Ryan Reynolds has unexpectedly found himself at the center of backlash. A resurfaced clip of Reynolds joking about staring at a nursing mother has led to accusations of hypocrisy.
I'd probably like to go back to this morning. In the hotel lobby, a nursing mother caught me staring. And I didn't know what the appropriate facial expression was for that. So I just kept on staring, and then I just kind of got locked into that like a time warp. And
That video is a response to a question a fan had asked Ryan Reynolds, asking, if you had a time machine, which historical event would you like to go back in time to witness? Members of the jury, I want to bring your attention to page 25 of 168 of the timeline of relevant events.
Now, she has this, I want to reiterate and pop it up here. Yes, as we go through the timeline, as we all remember, Blake Lively mad at James Heath for looking at her and not staring at her in the eyes, directly at her while she was blank, getting ready to feed her baby. All this is the complaint that was made, which she later says, oh, I don't think you were trying to cop a look, but whatever. This whole complaint about he was there uncomfortably while she was pumping. It's insane. It's insane. But now Ryan Reynolds can go do this as the time event he wants to go back and revisit when he stared at a stranger doing the same thing?
Critics argue that while Lively took legal action against James Heath for allegedly making her uncomfortable while pumping milk, Reynolds himself openly joked about doing something similar. This contradiction has fueled online debates about whether Lively's claims hold weight or if her team is merely leveraging selective outrage to their advantage.
Present in the room are Lively's nanny, makeup artist, and assistant. While Lively is having body makeup removed, she was not topless, as she claimed in her complaint. She was either nursing or pumping while fully clothed. Lively asked Heath to face the wall while they determined a time to meet with the other producers, who were standing just outside the door. Weeks later, on June 1st, 2023, Lively accuses Heath of making eye contact with her while she had asked him to face the wall. So, Mr. Reynolds, I would like us to go back in time, find that nursing mother breastfeeding her baby, while you stood there and stared, you just didn't know what to do. I would like to get that woman some fucking compensation. It's okay when you do it. It's a problem when other people do it. Interesting. You just stood there and stared because you didn't know what to do. You're a grown man. You're a married man. You're a father. You've seen a woman breastfeeding before. Why were you staring at this woman? Here your wife is saying she asked somebody to look at the wall because she was pumping or nursing or what.
The fallout has also extended to Reynolds' recent Oscar appearance. Reports suggest his presence as Deadpool received little audience reaction, a stark contrast to his usual reception.
Well, anyway, back on to Ryan. Look who's here at the Oscars last night. Deadpool!
Someone who's not even nominated, Dancing Deadpool!
No one even clapped. No one even clapped. No one even clapped when Dancing Deadpool came in. And interestingly enough, they did clap when a sandworm playing the piano came in. Playing chopsticks, because that was kind of funny. Why was there a Dancing Deadpool? Look, I liked Conan last night. That was probably the worst joke of the night. Speaking of the Oscars, Deadpool didn't really show up, but Brandon Sklenar did show up. I'm learning how to do it. I'm gonna call him Blandon because I watched this whole thing and he's just, dude.
Meanwhile, Brandon Sklenar, Lively's It Ends With Us co-star, has been accused of dodging questions about whether he supports her in the lawsuit.
Brandon Sklenar, who, right after the movie comes out, the press starts rolling out, and it's not good for Blake. Right after the movie comes out, her press is kind of bad. She was launching a soda line and a hair care line during the process as if it were a romantic comedy and not a movie about domestic violence. There's some old clips of her being snarky with journalists, as you've seen, and they come out. And this guy, Sklenar, joins the rest of the cast, unfollowing Baldoni, and he sends a link to Blake's, civil rights complaint when she made all these accusations about Baldoni, and he said, oh my God, you got to see this, and he puts it out. Now, of course, he's dead silent. But remember, on the love bombing front, ahead of the legal battle, Blake campaigned for Brandon Sklenar to get the role of Batman, tagging DC Studios Chief Executive Officer James Gunn. She put it out there, James Gunn knows how to give the people what they need, and this they need, referring to Brandon Sklenar playing Batman in The Brave and the Bold upcoming movie. So what are you going to do? Have her back? If this is the movie, Reynolds has got some stroke, Blake has some stroke together.
Brandon kept quiet, unwilling to take sides now that the outcome was uncertain. At first, he had leaned towards supporting Blake, but as the situation grew more complicated, he realized choosing a side too soon could backfire. Not knowing who would come out on top, he decided it was safer to stay neutral and watch things unfold from a distance.
Here's Brandon Sklenar, by the way, last night at the Vanity Fair party. Buddy, stay in. Don't go out to these events. Of course, they're going to ask you what's on everybody's mind and not just your piping hot career.
Yeah.
And finally, I know you're very supportive over your female co-stars as well. Blake Lively, how are you hoping to support her during this time?
I mean, I just.
Oh, look at him. See that? Look at
this.
this. Oh,
it's a tough situation, and
it's tough.
I just hope everyone remembers what
He's
the movie's
exhausted.
about and why we made it in the first place, and
Yeah, we made it.
It's about love, and it's about
love and
supporting women in general.
Yeah,
and,
supporting women
and helping people through tough times. And that movie's helped
he's
so many people.
exasperated.
And I just
All
want
right,
people
listen,
to
you can
remember.
get rid of that, but the guy, like, why are you going out? Poor guy, you put your chips in the corner on Blake in this, and then you realized, oh God, how have I done? Now the best thing to do, even though you have these projects coming out, is just go into the event and don't say anything. If you stop to see a reporter, you can guarantee that's what's on their mind.
Industry insiders have pointed out how PR firms use calculated timing to shape the public's understanding of events. The media narratives are shifting in a way that suggests behind-the-scenes influence. They also questioned the integrity of those choosing neutrality, arguing that silence in this case speaks volumes.
But Brandon Sklenar did show up. I'm learning how to do it. I'm gonna call him Blandon because I watched this whole thing and he's just, dude, you need some new stories. You need to show a little bit more excitement. You are boring as heck on these carpets. But this woman from Hollywood Reporter asked about Blake.
I know you're very supportive over your female co-stars as well. Blake Lively, how are you hoping to support her during this time?
I mean, I just, it's a tough situation, and
No, it's not. No, it's not a tough situation at all. You are either on Blake's side still, in which case you support Blake, or you're not. It's not that tough. Chat, is this tough?
I just hope everyone remembers what the movie's about and why we made it in the first place, and it's about love, and it's about supporting women in general, and helping people through tough times. And that movie.
Which you're doing neither of which, dude. You're not helping Justin through a tough time or supporting the woman. You're just like, I am not picking a side. But you did is the problem. You did pick a side. If you had said this all the way along, I would have respected you more. Like, I'm not getting involved. But you did pick a side. And now you're letting her out to dry while all still, again, leaving Justin out to dry.
Movies helped so many people. And I just want people to remember like what it's about and why we made it, and to kind of keep it on that kind of like core ethos. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean, man. I think you're completely a moron in this.
Adding to the intrigue, reports indicate that Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have enlisted the help of former CIA Deputy Chief of Staff Nick Shapiro for crisis management. This move suggests the couple is fully aware of the damage this controversy could inflict on their brand. Some believe their Instagram comments are being filtered to suppress negativity, which has only raised more suspicions about reputation control.
All right, so Blake and Ryan now bring in, on their crisis PR front, an ex-CIA deputy chief of staff, a former guy that was, back in the Obama administration, Nick Shapiro. Question is he running an Instagram sort of cleansing operation here? There's so many negative comments that have disappeared on Ryan Reynolds' Instagram. There's the first thing you see on his Instagram is a pinned photo that has 16,000 comments on it, and there are 15,500 of them are negative. You can't take that down, it's too obvious. But now there's all kinds of other ones that are down, and there are new posts of neutral and sort of positive commentary.
Further complicating matters, Lively has been accused of love-bombing colleagues, such as Isabel Furman and Brandon Sklenar, before involving them in her dispute with Baldoni. Hollywood figures like Ari Emanuel, CEO of WME, have publicly supported Lively and Reynolds, leading to speculation that he played a role in Baldoni's firing. This has only fueled industry-wide tensions, with actors and colleagues reportedly distancing themselves from the conflict altogether.
I mean, people don't seem to like them at all. And I mean, as you were talking about Brandon Sklenar, even him, like, he can't say anything. And I, on my podcast this morning, was like maybe we give the guy, a sliver of, grace here. Like, he picked the wrong side initially, but, people very much don't want anything to do with anybody that has defended Blake and Ryan. I think what it is people see how serious this, type of harassment is and how prevalent it is in Hollywood, and to have somebody clearly make a mockery of it the way that it appears to me. I mean, we're even seeing Hollywood turn on them. Conan O'Brien's joking about it. SNL's now starting to throw jabs at them. So it doesn't seem like they have much support anywhere right now, aside from their, new CIA dude.
Well, then, but Ari Emanuel, who is the CEO of William Morris Endeavor, huge agency, that, he did this podcast, the Freakonomics podcast. I guess it was supposed to be a private event, not actually for publication, which is a weird thing to do with a podcast. But nonetheless, the audio of it leaks out, and he says, I'm a ride or die. I'm a ride or die with these guys, which definitely shows you that Blake and Ryan were part, when they said they weren't, of Baldoni getting fired, because a choice had to be made. And Ari chose them and fired Baldoni, and he's definitely cost him some work.
Yeah, I mean, the key words that he used were, we fired him and I'm ride or die for Blake and Ryan, which to me really sets up Baldoni to prove damages in his case.
With tensions running high, speculation continues regarding the long-term impact of this legal battle. Many industry insiders believe the case may ultimately be settled before going to trial, as the ongoing media scrutiny is proving damaging for all parties involved. The reputational stakes are high, and with so many Hollywood players entangled in the drama, the outcome could have lasting consequences.
Do you think it'll get quiet, at least in the 1 year we have until this alleged trial, which there's no way this thing goes to trial, but what do you think happens next?
I mean, I feel like every step she takes is a bit of a misstep, and, there's just so much heat on her. I don't see her going through this for a whole year. I mean, we even saw that she didn't win her case trying to get the phone records. The judge very much tried to limit her scope there. So I don't foresee this going to trial. I probably predict this dying down by summer, and maybe we get a settlement, because I don't understand how they can endure an entire year of just going back and forth on this. Either the judge moves up the trial, which he's already threatened to do with some of the tactics that we've seen both parties play out in the media, or it gets settled soon.
As public opinion shifts and new information surfaces, the battle for control over the narrative remains fierce. Whether Lively and Reynolds can weather this storm unscathed is still uncertain. But one thing is clear, Hollywood's PR machine is in full swing, and the fight is far from over.
Blake Lively had a point on one thing. Her time as the Hollywood it girl. The days of the left bullying and controlling us without much pushback. The days of the media pretending to be objective and independent and demanding to be left be owned. It really does end with us. And not a moment too soon.
As the controversy escalates, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's once pristine reputation faces growing scrutiny. With media manipulation, legal battles, and industry tensions unraveling, the question remains, can they weather the storm? Or is this the beginning of their Hollywood downfall? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. That wraps up today's video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.